Good Saturday morning to you, everyone. This is Ethan Stieber here with Stieber Weather Forecasting. I've got a long-range forecast to update for you for today. We're going to talk about the weekend and some really nice weather coming up to start the work week. And for a lot of us, the last week of school, we're going to talk about some storms midweek and then a kind of a drier rest of the week before we reintroduce some rain chances for next weekend. So let's get right into it. First up on your screen, this is basically the upper air network. The red indicates some warmer air, and some rising blue indicates some colder or sinking air. That's kind of where we can see where we think the storms might end up shaping up. So we'll pick this up this evening at 7 p.m. Notice for much of us across the country, we've got a nice trough setting up in the eastern half of the country, or we've got a nice ridge rather setting up in the eastern half of the country. A trough is starting to try to dig in off to our west. So if we go into the future, notice here comes that trough digging in well off to our west. It gets pretty established once we come into Tuesday, and that is where we will see our next chance of showers and thunderstorms will be later in the day on Tuesday. So this is 1 a.m. on Tuesday. As we advance this just a little bit further, it's by 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We've got a really big trough setting in right in the midsection of the country with this ridge off to the east. That sets up a battle zone right over us for some stronger storms and maybe some severe weather. As we go later on into the future, notice that trough still kind of sits around there, not moving a whole lot. It'll let up as we go through the end of the week, but then notice more waves of energy start to come through as we get into the Memorial Day weekend. So a little bit closer look at home. I think the weekend is going to be great. If you have any outdoor plans, I think this weekend will be nice. It's going to be a taste of summer, though. As we look at future radar here, notice I'm just going to let this go throughout the 84-hour period. This will get us into Tuesday morning. Notice maybe a couple hit or miss showers late in the day on Sunday into Sunday night, but those look to stay well off to the north before our next real weather maker starts to move into the area. It starts to set up on Tuesday afternoon. Notice here is Tuesday at 1 p.m., and we see that our next weather maker off to the west and northwest into Iowa and northern Missouri. So here's another just upper air network. This shows us the winds and kind of the jet stream at the 500 millibar level, so a couple thousand feet above our heads. And this just kind of shows you, again, how much energy we'll have with that storm system on Tuesday. So we'll pick this up Sunday morning at about 10 o'clock. As we go into the future, though, our next storm system is going to come from this really trough that is digging in the Four Corners region. So as we go into the future, this is Monday afternoon, about 4 p.m. As we continue to go into the future, there will be a significant amount of wind associated with this. Notice as this storm system is moving into the area, we will see the energy kind of falls apart a little bit, but there is still the presence of the trough with a lot of wind energy just off to our west. This will move into the area as we go into the evening and overnight hours into the day on Tuesday. As I mentioned before, Tuesday does have the chance for some severe weather. On the day 4 severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, they've already highlighted a slight risk that encompasses all the area with an enhanced risk, or greater than 30% chance probability of some severe weather off to our north and west. If we take a closer look at home, again, like I said, everyone's in that slight risk for some severe weather on Tuesday right now, with the best chance being along and west of I-55, so well off to our north and west at this point. Another look at it, this is the Colorado State University machine learning probabilities. I've used this several times in the past, so we should be familiar with it at this point. Notice it indicates some severe weather off in the plains on Monday as that storm system gets set up, but then a big chance of severe weather in the day on Tuesday. This highlights all of northern Illinois in a what would be a enhanced to maybe a moderate risk of some severe weather with that black hatched area basically along and north of I-70 for sure. So Tuesday will be the day we have to keep an eye on. If we time this out on future radar, what this is going to look like, we're going to pick this up at 1 p.m. on Tuesday. Notice we have clusters of showers and thunderstorms off to our north and west in Iowa. As these progress to the east, this is now 4 p.m. This suggests maybe some showers, some isolated showers and thunderstorms in central Illinois as the storm begins to work in, and then maybe more of a linear form, more of a line starting to set up off to our west. As we go into the evening and overnight hours, we'll stop this at, 10 p.m. This indicates maybe that line of storms is starting to move through. So I think best timing right now looks to be Tuesday late in the day, maybe after, say, 4, 5, 6 o'clock into the evening and overnight hours. Say probably by the time we get to midnight, these storms should be out of our neck of the woods. And we can see that by 1 a.m. Notice the storms are moving off to our west, or moving off to our east, and maybe just some lingering shower potential on Wednesday. We'll see if that pans out or not as the front moves through. After that, if we go long term, notice everything looks dry as we go through the rest of the work week, with maybe some showers starting to creep in on the day on Friday. One more thing with Wednesday, or with Tuesday rather, we are going to see much warmer dew points and much higher dew points as we get into these first couple days of the work week. Notice the 50s are gone for dew points. We are back up into the 60s. If I back this up, we'll start this tomorrow afternoon. Notice tomorrow afternoon, dew points are already in the 60s. As we go into the day on Monday, dew points return into the 60s. Tuesday, dew points could be pushing 70 across the area, so it will feel muggy on the day on Tuesday, and really up until this front passes through. So, dew points in the 70s for most of us, with a lifted index of -5 to -6 across the area, maybe -7 if you go further west. Remember that lifted index is just how freely storms can develop and rise in the atmosphere. So -5, -6, -7 is ample. Is an ample atmosphere for storms to develop. So we're going to have to watch Tuesday afternoon and evening for that chance of severe weather. But notice as that front moves through on Wednesday, dew points will return a little bit more seasonable to maybe the upper 50s into the lower 60s as we get into the day on Friday. So your 7-day forecast. Like I said, this weekend looks great. Sunshine today and tomorrow. Maybe some clouds coming in Sunday afternoon. Highs 81 and 85 respectively. Monday 84 for the high with some increasing clouds. Tuesday, again, we'll have to watch those thunderstorms late. Tuesday will be the day to watch for some severe weather. High of 84. Wednesday will stay mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a chance of showers, but I think that'll be pretty minimal. As the front comes through, that high of 80 will start to drop behind the front. Thursday looks to be sunny with a high of 75, and Friday we reintroduce a little bit of rain showers in the afternoon with a high of about 76. So again, Tuesday will be the day we'll have to watch. Stay tuned for updates on that. But as we go into this final week of school and farmers really start to get out in the fields and stuff as it starts to dry out, enjoy a great week and enjoy the summer temperatures that have made a return across the area.